American League.
My name is
Welcome to the American League Championship Series. It's game one.
Is that of his mind?
Yankees versus Guardians.
Yes.
I am excited. A couple days ago, I went back and I watched the game one of the American League Championship Series of 2022 to see what the vibe was. We were so sad, and it was going into the series. Mood is different. Special guest here, Yankee fan extraordinaire.
Yes.
Going to the game.
John Boy Media extraordinaire, Jack CouRage Dunlop. Good to see you all.
JD.
It's like a new part of your identity, kind of.
Thanks for having me. What, John Boy Media fanboy?
Well, no, you grinded in a completely different lane and you've crushed it, and now you're back to being like a Yankees super fan.
Yeah,
and
that
you're
is true.
loving it.
That is true. I am loving it. I've watched almost every game this year, so I'm back.
And you're going to be in the building tonight.
Be in the building tonight and tomorrow.
Let's win.
Let's win a baseball game today.
I think that's
And tomorrow.
and tomorrow.
Okay.
But today first.
Yeah.
I'm in on that plan. This is what we're going to do. We're going to react and tell you guys the lineup, and then we're going to go give you the pitching path to victory, a couple what to watch for, some premonitions. Joe's gets to come in at the end. He can't say anything that's already been said. He has to bring something new to the show. So it's a big task.
It's a big ask.
Yeah, he's got to listen a lot. Where is the lineup? I had it up. I also kind of just can probably remember it.
You've got it.
Gleyber Torres leading off, playing second base. Juan Soto, right field. Then Judge in center field. Wells stays in the cleanup position. He's behind the dish. Giancarlo Stanton, highest slash line of all the Yanks this postseason. He's DHing. Jazz Chisholm Jr., not only is he batting 6 or whatever where I'm at, and then playing third, he's on the cover picture of the Yes Network's lineup. So huge. So that's telling.
Yep.
Then Volpe's at short. This is all natural and normal. Then you get Rizzo, made the roster and starting, batting 8th. So a little Anthony, Alex Verdugo batting 9th, playing left field. Carlos Rodon is on the bump. So. I mean, lineup reaction, I think the only real conversation is Rizzo.
Yes.
He's new.
Yes.
He we didn't know if he'd be on it. Once he was on it, we didn't know if he'd be starting. He's in it. What was the quote that just came out? He's pain management in front of 50,000 people or something.
He said, that's all it is. It's just pain. And the 50,000 people and the weight of the game should take care of that. So the adrenaline conquers pain.
Dr. Rizzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Chris Ahmad.
I think he's saying, like, I can't hurt it more, and it's not hindering me, but pain does hinder you. Very interested to see what this looks like.
He's been around.
Because the Birdie Oswaldo combo was doing well. Not well, but it was not a problem.
Well, let me get the bat out quick. And I mentioned this to you guys quickly. It's going to be interesting because, like, Rizzo and Birdie have done well. That if Rizzo, God forbid, were to hit into a double play ball in his first at bat or something, this is the playoffs, and we all instantly are like, okay, here's Rizzo bat. He doesn't have speed. He hasn't homered since June, technically. So there's that. It's also, let's put that in our rear view, because let's positive this.
Yes, manifest.
If Rizzo were to hit a double down the line, or God forbid if he put one in the bleachers, the place, like the Guardians lose the series.
Oh, wow.
Like if Rizzo homers tonight, the Guardians lose the series.
Like how Joe's is already thinking of the World Series.
Stamped.
Yes, that's stamped.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's see a lot of pitches, and even if he's just seeing pitches and going the other way, what we can't have is Rizzo botching one in the field.
No.
Like that would be, but I'm not going to talk about what I don't want. I'm going to talk about what I want.
Yes.
I want long at bats and just energy. Like I hope that he's been awesome in the dugout. You can see him. Like he loved the coaching role. It seemed like he was the first one over the rails. He was screaming. He was happy with everyone. So hopefully he can bring that energy onto the field and between the lines and help Rodon. Like there's been no vets in the infield, right?
Right.
It's all been youngins or kind of like role players.
Yep.
Rodon needed a mound visit from Rizzo last game.
Wow.
He's spitting.
Like, he really needed a mound visit from Rizzo. Be like, yo, man, long game.
You think he would have done that like after the second strikeout? Like he's
Yeah,
the first inning,
the first one he would have let go,
and then the second he would have shut down real quick.
Yeah. So I just a veteran presence. I like that
Interesting.
on the infield. Rizzo will take a mound visit. Like, he'll go out there, and it doesn't need to be the catcher, and he'll talk to the guy. Jake's got his hand raised.
Thank you.
Good job.
The lefties at the bottom of the lineup. The
Yeah.
Yankees kind of haven't had one of these windows. We've talked a lot about Wells.
Is this your what to watch for?
Maybe.
Because we got to do PPV still.
I don't think it is, but I guess no, because I don't think it's a what to watch for. I think it's more so, do we think the Yankees have a counter plan when the Guardians go to either a lefty or someone who's good against lefties?
They don't have a righty pinch hitter. So,
John Birdie.
Wait, isn't he? Wouldn't he be considered one?
but are you going to pinch hit him for You could pinch hit him for Verdugo.
You could pinch hit him for Verdugo. Or
then-
if Rizzo's at bats are ugly.
They like to get guys off their feet when they're coming back, right?
Would you
Standing
pinch it?
standing on their
against the
feet.
lefty.
Would you pinch hit righty? Would you pinch hit Birdie over pinch hitting righty Dominguez? I think they would.
I think they would.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen anything from righty Dominguez. Birdie's at bats were good.
Yeah, no. So that's what they could do there. Oswaldo's also a switch hitter, but he's a lefty.
But he hits better.
But then you would bring Grisham in to play D, and I don't know if like all these moves that the Yankees can make end with them burning two players, and it just seems like they don't want to do that. But we'll see.
I think Rizzo pinch hit could be more on the table than we think.
Rizzo hasn't hit lefties in a long time.
Like, if he doesn't look sharp and it's a lefty in the seventh inning, like Birdie looked good.
And you're
And you
fine
also-
with the defense there because mostly I feel like they're
Birdie
playing-
looked good, right?
And speed. You're bringing in some speed.
But then you,
too.
I just wonder why you would start him. Yeah,
Alex Cobb.
Hey, isn't it one of those scenarios where we find out what we got right after game one, then we can get out of the way for the series? If he's just not there yet, if he's through two at bats and goes, I don't think I can do it anymore, then
yeah.
we've solved that problem for game two. Then people are like, see, we tried,
We did it.
right?
That's what we thought. Like Birdie in game two was.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's just do this now. 'Cause If it
Exactly.
doesn't work, and then it kind of worked, and then they did it again.
Yeah.
Oswaldo's good though. I like Oswaldo. Anyway, all right. Pitching path to victory. Everyone's rested. But the bigger question in this path is Rodon. And we talked about this a little on the pregame, on the
Series
preview. Like, is seeing, best case, is seeing the guys the third time through, seeing the top of that order, Quan, J-Ram, I don't know, it's going to be like David Fry's going to be up there, I think. Third time through? Or do you think that's completely not even something they're going to allow?
I think you hit it on the head in the pre-series preview. I think this is a Rodon empowerment start. You're supposed to be our number 2 starter. You're getting the pill in a game 1. I don't care that the Guardians are good versus lefties. You're supposed to be this guy. I don't care that your last start was bad. You clearly shot your wad.
Oh, we got sponsors, right?
It was early.
Let's avoid that one.
Rodon,
He bust.
he could find... he should be better.
Yeah.
I think this is Rodon's kind of like do or die start that you have to treat it like a playoff game. If he's going good through 2, you let him get it for a third time through. I don't think he's going to.
I also think it based off the score too. Like if the Yankees are winning 4-0 and there's no one on and he's about to go through the lineup for a third time, I mean, doesn't Boone love to go kind of the hitter by hitter type scenario?
Sure does.
Like if you can cheat another out or two there. But then again, at the same time, I know the last series had more breaks, but what was the least amount of pitchers we used in a game? 5?
Yeah.
Right? Like
I don't even know.
I think we could also expect to see a lot of one inning guys come in.
I'm interested in just the narrative around Rodon because it is everyone's going to be looking at his face, including us, everyone, after a strikeout, after an out. He kind of just was a fool. His quotes about like learning from it kind of make me even more mad about it. He was like, I guess I need a better poker face. I'm like, what, dude? Like, you couldn't control that? Like, I thought he was doing that on purpose. as bravado, but he's kind of playing it like that was just naturally. I was like, whoa. Anyway,
I mean, he's like an ultimate competitor, right? Didn't he have at fault one time where he would always beg to stay in for like an extra inning and then get rocked in that extra inning? So look, he got his playoff game. I actually believe that there's so much more positive from getting that out of the way. Now he's in the CS.
That's a good spin.
If he has to go twice, in this series, which it looks like he's going to, or could potentially, this is where you're under contract right here.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Like that, it's set up like great. It's a learning curve. So he can't come out there and do it again.
No,
and he needs to get results. This is I just got sent the TBS pregame show, and Jeter was just laughing at him. I think is what someone said. Like watching the highlights of Rodon make the faces.
He is so fired up here in the first inning that I thought when I was watching it was too much. And he has to channel that emotion and make it work in his favor. I like to see him 96 to 97, 95, not 99, 100, 101. That's too much, Matt, too early.
I always say this. Your emotion can turn down to be your worst enemy. Oh, yeah. And that's what happened to him in that game right there. He needs to control his emotion. He have electric stuff.
Jeter doesn't talk, but he's just laughing the whole time. He's still laughing.
Yeah.
Does he ever say anything?
Your emotions can be your worst enemy.
I mean, you said it. Yeah, like Rodon, he does. He has to control your emotions. The whole thing about being successful in the postseason is to be able to control your emotions.
Captain, how'd you do it?
Well, I treated it like it was any other game. Now, if he does that, look, I haven't watched every one of his starts, but if he's been celebrating like that in the first inning after doing it now,
that's crazy.
That's when I talk about controlling your emotions.
Damn. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was a bad look. I kind of liked it, but I hated it at the same
You
time.
called it right on the reaction too on the live stream.
I was like,
you were yelling after the second one. Like,
Can't keep that up.
Stop. But now to hear him say, like, I have a bad poker face, and Jeter to say, like, just being, like, laughing at his face.
Right.
And
Just
also,
doing that in the first inning. He needs to have a good start. Otherwise, he kind of gets, like, clowned.
just continues to prove what Cole is to our pitching rotation.
Yeah.
That, like, he's like, I watched Cole pitch and was like, so that's what I need to be more like. Like, he really is that to everyone at this point, which is insane.
It will be interesting if it's a close game, which most playoff games are. Sans the Mets last night, boom, roasted. The Guardians, top of their lineup that third time through. Like if it's 2-1 or it's 2-0, they might pull the plug on Rodon because that's probably going to be in the 4.2, maybe 5 inning range if Rodon's pitching well.
Especially you're going into an inning and like if Kwan's leading off,
you got a fresh bullpen.
Yeah,
Ramirez is like double the player versus lefties that I do think they'll hit Cousins or. God, they hit the Clay Holmes button so much that I don't know. I think Rodon could have a good start and they could still press those buttons because it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
I really want to see the Guardians lineup today because what I looked up, it's not out yet. I just checked. What I looked up was there was a stat out there that Rodon has faced the least amount of lefties out of any starting pitcher because whenever he pitches, they all throw their righties out there.
Yeah.
They have so many lefties that I believe this is going to be, I think even their lefty pitcher lineup includes 4 lefty bats.
Kwan's better versus lefties.
You got Kwan and then Josh Naylor, Jimenez, and Bo Naylor, unless Hedges is in there.
Yeah, they could get Hedges in there, but either way.
So then that would be 3, which is the most he's faced in one lineup this year is 3. If it was 4, it'd be the most lefties in a single lineup.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
A lot of righties.
So after Rodon, who's a lefty, and they're going to have their righties in, it's do you want to bring in a lefty? Do you want to bring in the righties to force their bench? Or do you want to leave... Well, do you care about? I don't think you care about that. It's Will Brennan or it's Manzardo. I don't think they care about that.
No, I mean Manzardo they like and he'll pinch hit. But you know he's like a prospect. Like don't get me wrong, he can do something. But no, I think their better lineup is versus lefties, and that's why we were kind of surprised they went Rodon over Schmidt a little bit. But I do think the Yankees have a funny business plan, and I just don't have it pegged yet because they'll. Whether it's with Jake Cousins or like is Tommy Canely the secret here because he's a righty who's also really good against lefties. So is that a better lane for like Clay was kind of their heart of the order guy last series?
And righties. I don't see this lineup.
Like Canely should probably be the heart of the order guy this series.
Well, I also think this lineup, they are built on ball and play and speed and chaos, and Clay plays right into that. At his, he looked nasty, but it's still balls in play.
Is there also a worry this series about back-to-back games again, and you can't just treat the bullpen maybe the same in the series because the scheduling is different?
This would be the Hamilton Cousins game.
Yeah.
Because with Cole, you're much more banking on just going Cole to Canely, Weaver.
Yeah.
And getting it done.
So I think you might see more, especially if they don't even let Rodon go. But hopefully the score dictates that, because on the flip side, they got Cobb going, which leads into a lot of what to watch for stuff. But I think you might see a lot of bullpen today, similar to when Rodon pitched last time, but hopefully they're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think at least to start the series with the off day looming, I think it's kind of all hands, go get the win,
with Cole
figure
up
it
next.
out. Yeah, I think for both sides, because they have Bybee tomorrow, who is their starting pitcher at this point. Yeah, it'll be playoff baseball, modern playoff baseball.
Okay.
Rodon to
Hamilton.
Would you go? Who do you have higher, Hamilton or Cousins?
Cousins.
Joe's?
Cousins, but I don't know how
Yeah.
Cousins' health is.
Cousins above Hamilton?
I want it to be Cousins. Hamilton kind of was good in his outing.
Yeah. You have the fly ball, and they got the single, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I want it to be Cousins because he was so good, but we haven't seen a lot of him.
The one outing he got in the playoffs, he looked rusty.
I don't know.
And
If
I don't feel like he's unrusted now. I feel like he just had another layover.
I don't know if you're going to see that much Cousins, though, because this Guardians lineup, Cousins is nasty against righties. So is Clay. And that's where they like those guys. J-Rams switch. Rocchio switch. And then the rest are all lefties if they want them to
That's
be.
where
So you bring Cousins in or Clay in, and all of a sudden they're just going to go pinch hit, switch to the other side of the box, switch to the other side of the box, and they're facing all lefties, which is not a good formula.
Yeah.
Shows how much I know.
Well, Hamilton's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just kind of realizing this. The bullpen isn't.
Well, it's
Tim Hill might have more of play in this series than you expect.
Quan is better versus lefties.
Yeah.
That's what the numbers say. David Fry, for them, it just becomes interesting. Let's say they pull Rodon quick. They pull Rodon in the third. Are the Guardians willing to go to their bench? I don't know.
Is there any world where Rodon goes 3.1 innings and Stroman gets up in the bullpen?
We're down 6-0.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you punt game one, and you keep rolling. So yeah.
I've had my what can be the most funny business. They're not going to do something with heel. This is the type of series we've seen the Patrick Corbins and stuff get involved in a game one, but the Yankees, they kind of don't have the equipment for that. So I don't think so. But
Okay.
let's see.
All right. What to
Get
watch?
it to Weave.
Get it to Weave.
That'd be a good shirt for you.
I like Weave. What to watch for?
Who's that?
It's Cobb and Rodon. And Cobb.
Yeah.
There's so many guys that have good numbers against Cobb. Soto recently has crazy numbers. Joe's threw his hands up as if that was going to get unsaid.
Wow, they brought up Juan Soto on the pregame show.
That's his other one.
His note below that is Aaron Judge.
Just scratches it out.
So Soto. Oh, hello.
Hello. Oh,
Hello.
We're back.
Oh, Soto. He didn't have any at bats against him this year, but last year he had a game where he went 3 for 3 with a double, a homer, single, and a walk, I believe. And then the other game he went. I forget what it was, but he had another home run. He and he has a home run off the split finger and he has a home run off the sinker. So Soto has good numbers off of Alex Cobb. They asked him in the pregame show, they asked Soto, what's the key to having success against him, and this was his answer.
What's been your key to success against Cobb? You have some pretty good numbers against him.
I can tell you that right now. I can tell you after the game, but
So I bet you he's listening. So Cobb's pissed.
What if Soto has a Cobb tip
Cobb sent the guy there.
and we're just rocking him?
Cobb sent
Dude,
the
I don't
guy
think so
there.
because the home runs were very much like,
Yeah.
he's just so good.
Yeah.
It's a fastball at his eyes. Yeah, Soto 7 for 11 lifetime with 2 homers. Glaber 3 for 9, 2 homers.
Hey, there is one guy that has bad numbers versus Cobb.
G.
Aaron Judge.
Judge. He's
Yeah.
1 for something, but Cobb's number 1 pitch is his split finger, which is a changeup, and that is Judge's out pitch. So interesting to see. Judge has a miss rate of 48% on changeup since last season, which is the worst in Major League Baseball, and Cobb throws his changeup 36% of the time, which is tied for is the third highest. But the flip side, Judge has 10 home runs on changeups, which is tied for second most in Major League. So he can get them,
Yeah.
but he swings and misses at them a lot, which the Royals really did him in for. So I'm excited for Judge versus Boyd and Bybee, but we'll see. Judge hit he hit Gossman's splitter for a homer. First time he hit a homer off that splitter. Like, he has gotten splitters, but it is, again, like one of the worst of the 3, but Judge has to overcome that because he's Aaron Judge.
He's Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
That's our
Are we doing what to watch for
that's
next?
our analysis.
Yes.
Do you have a what to watch for?
Mine's going to be a cop-out.
That's fine.
Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah.
Simply because in the DS, it was basically every button the Yankees pushed we were like, they're pressing a button, and it was a good button.
Yeah.
Now, is this like they're overheating? You know, when it's
Ooh.
like you go in for the celebrity shot in beer
Yeah.
pong, and you hit the celebrity shot, and then like a drink later, you're like, bring me back, and you
Right.
just whiff the table completely. Like, are they overheating, thinking, look at all these things we did? Rizzo, can you play the sport of baseball right now? I mean, if you guys need me to, button.
Right. Rizzo
So-
button.
It's just pain.
We'll see.
I mean, the interesting piggyback down there I guess I could take it as my what to watch for. I had a lot, and maybe I'll just rip off a lot of things I'm thinking that it's going to be tough to talk at the end of the episode. Rizzo's hitting 8th. Rizzo's hitting 8th. You mentioned him.
Yep.
Volpe is 7th. 1 for 1 against Cobb. Great at bats last series. Like, let's go. Keep that going. Verdugo, 3 for 7 lifetime versus Cobb. So, like, is the bottom of the order going to bring something? Because that would be electric, but we saw Verdugo shut down. Rizzo, we have no clue. And, like, Volpe, I hope this continues because this was kind of the Anthony Volpe we were told about. But the bottom of the lineup, like, I have no clue what we're going to get.
Post-rest Volpe, though.
Post-rest Volpe,
Ooh.
we believe.
It's a different beast.
We are going to get to see a lot of their bullpen because Cobb only went like 1.5. He only went 3 innings in the last game. He only made 4 starts in the regular season.
They go to their bullpen.
And they go to their bullpen. But they think it's a perk. I think the Yanks are going to get this bullpen. I think the Royals bullpen was a much worse matchup for the Yankees swings. And that's just me being hopeful, maybe optimistic. Something to watch out for. My batter, I said, and I don't want to try and jinx this, I said Salvi versus Rodon, and then it was the solo homer. David Fry
Yeah.
crushes fastballs, especially fastballs away, which is where Rodon likes to throw his fastballs. And the short porch there. So watch out when David Fry's up. You want to bury those down and in. And with Kwan, this note here says Kwan's slugging just 269 on changeups, which is terrible. And Rodon throws a changeup, but he doesn't throw his changeup to lefties that much. He's really just fastball slider. So,
Hey, but wasn't it Clay that threw that random 4-seam fastball, just a little ace in the hole?
There's been a couple of those.
Maybe there's a chance. Maybe third time through. Hey, Rodon, if you're still out there, you face Kwan.
Yeah.
Drop that one in.
I think Sean Manaea threw a changeup to Bryce Harper left on left, and it was his second left on left changeup he's thrown this season. Hey. So we're in funny business.
Oh, we're in the
season.
ALCS. It's like start pull the tricks out.
Just a couple other quick notes. Austin Wells has been having really tough at bats.
Jazz has had really tough at bats.
And Jazz has also been having tough at bats. That I thought about labeling it the lefties, but that's tough. But we have no idea what Rizzo's going to be. Jazz been talking a lot. The boys booing him while pouring champagne on him. That was pretty cool. So hopefully that's a nice transition.
Yeah, they should win, and Jazz should talk shit about the Guardians.
But it also gets that lefty-righty bullpen matchup stuff we've talked about. Like right now, Jazz, even if it's a Jazz in a funk, it's kind of nice.
Whoa.
He protects Stanton. Like Jazz Chisholm's still a threat. If Wells is having bad at bats and you move him behind Stanton, that could be a bad situation. And if Rizzo is a different form of Rizzo, you still need someone to protect Stanton. Just a couple notes.
I have notes, but they're not going to be anything you're going to talk about because they're about Cobb, and they're from the crazy notes. So 2 things about Cobb. He has a great on-base percentage versus the leadoff hitter of the inning.
Okay.
Second best in baseball since last season and this season combined. And the other note on Cobb is he is incredible at inducing double plays, which goes against the Yankees pretty poorly.
We are pretty good at that.
Yeah. Has induced opposing hitters to ground into 20 double plays in 111 opportunities since last season, which is 4th best. So I don't like that note, but you got to hit Cobb. In my opinion, you got to hit Cobb. If you're the Yankees and you're better than the Guardians and you're getting them, so they might be swinging quick because they know Cobb's not long for the game. Like his pitch count doesn't mean shit.
That's what I was saying. We were talking about earlier.
Yeah. All right, Joes, come on. What do you got? All right.
Here, Joe's.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe's McFly. No.
This way, here?
Come over here. You just got to go small.
Oh, okay. That's a hole.
Just make it something that hasn't been said yet.
That's 2 holes in the wall.
Make it something that has not been said yet.
All right, we'll make it something that hasn't been said yet. I'm Joe's McFly.
Those are great notes.
Yeah, these are some notes. I had to erase a bunch of them. But number 1, watch out for Lane Thomas. He has been very hot in this postseason. And the short porch is right there. Also, he's batting 9th, and the Yankees all year have let the 9th place
rock us.
Lane.
Lineup. I got their lineup. Quan, Fry, J-Ram, Thomas Lane, Jay Naylor, Jay Noel, B Naylor, Jimenez, Rocchio. So it is
Rocchio's been killing all year.
1, 2, 3. It's 4 lefties.
Joe's wasn't even close.
Yeah, I see. You got Duke.
He wasn't even close. Like he's batting
What happened?
cleanup. It's all right.
It's fine.
Yeah, we got more notes, right, Joe's?
This is crazy. Yeah, we do. I want Giancarlo to stay hot. I think he unlocks the lineup.
Wow, none of us said that?
Nope, none of you said that. Nope. He does struggle versus Cobb, but like I said, he unlocks the potential of the lineup, and he connects the first half of the lineup to the second half. My last note here. Oh, no. Actually, second to last note. Yankees have some base runner speed lanes that they can use if they wish. They can pinch run for Rizzo, and later on in the game, pinch run for Giancarlo, which they've done. So I'm down for that. And last thing is Jeter's awesome, because that interview that you played right there where he says, if you're getting that excited in the first inning.
He was trying to be nice. I don't know if he does that all the time.
Awesome.
He's awesome. Those are my notes.
Oh, whoa.
Aaron Boone's talking to the media right now. He commented on Anthony Rizzo being in the lineup. Said he has not faced live pitching since the hit by pitch on September 28th, but he has looked good in the batting cage, and his at-bats in September make him feel confident.
I think that's a lie.
I have a Stanton note to add to Joe's
I'm choosing to
quote.
not believe that.
Like you say.
Couldn't get one guy to throw.
Mark Leiter's hanging out.
We got bodies. Jahmai Jones
Was just hitting there yesterday.
was hitting there. Why couldn't it? Adding to Joe's Giancarlo Stanton note. The Yankees in games Giancarlo Stanton has started this year, now including the postseason, are 73-40.
Say it again.
Games Stanton has started,
Yes.
the Yankees are 73-40 this year. So the whole unlocking the lineup bull Joe's was talking about his ass about,
Yeah.
it's kind of true.
Hey,
Hey,
Beebs, where'd you read that
shorter?
All the reporters.
But which one? I have a bunch of reporters. None of them have the quote you just read.
I just moved away from that.
There's a lot of quotes from Garrett here saying that they call Rizzo Tony, but when they're mad at him, they call him Anthony.
Hoke
That sounds like a Volpe.
Hoke's the one I read that he had not faced live pitching. Kirshner said, had that Aaron Boone said Anthony Rizzo's ABs in September gives him confidence that'll hit in this series. Thought he had quality ABs even though the slugging was missing.
Okay, I'm just going to quote tweet that one and say I'm going to choose to believe this is just gamesmanship and a lie. Because that you can't do that. You can't put it out there.
I mean,
You can't put it out there that this dude hasn't faced live
that's a
pitching.
crazy quote.
Why don't you just throw fastball? Like, I think he's baiting them to just throw fastballs at him because his timing's wrong. Cobb's just going to be like, oh, this dude hasn't pitched. Fastball, fastball, fastball.
Or what if they think that, like, if they go high and inside on Rizzo because he's just getting off a fractured hand, that he'll be scared and it's just Anthony Rizzo, so he just takes the hit by pitch. Like, he doesn't move.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't move. Trying to scare him. I'd be down for that.
That's crazy. I had something else I was going to say. Oh, you know what I looked up that I'm going to do on Jimmy's 3 Things episode tomorrow, which go check out? I looked up how many batters have expanded the zone on a 3-ball count and swung at a pitch out of the zone to get better than a walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like if they took the pitch, they'd be on first. But Stan's home run came on a ball 4. It was below the zone. Kyle Isbell's big double down the line came on a ball 4 out of the zone. Juan Soto, he had a game-tying hit. I think he just moved Glaber to third, who eventually scored on a pitch out of the zone. It's the biggest thing I think that this Yankees team sometimes doesn't realize is that a hit is still better than a walk. Yeah. And if you can get the ball in play, they're so fine just taking their walks. And that's why their rallies just kind of like load them up and then they die. So it was cool to see that there's not been a lot of that at all. There's 4 times it happened this postseason. But I was interested in that because a walk is not as good as a hit. There's way more you can do.
Jake is the smallest I've ever seen.
All right, Premonition, Joes.
Yeah, what am I seeing with my mind's mind?
I just saw Rizzo catching the first ball and throwing it back
Wait,
to the
how'd
pitcher.
you ask me and then you came up with one?
Well, I saw it right away, so I was thinking about it. I didn't want
gone.
to. As soon as it comes to you, throw it out there.
All right, cool.
Jake's gone.
I see Clay Holmes pitching 2 perfect innings.
This is
I
not
just
going to
seen
end
that
well.
right now, and I couldn't
So
get it out of
not
my
going to
mind.
end well. This is so not going to end
Jake,
well.
what's going on? You're about to disconnect everything.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will be in attendance tonight at Yankees.
Wow.
Wait, what are you doing to Jim?
Why?
I don't know what he's doing down there.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a premonition.
Ooh.
I had a premonition in the Uber ride into the city. I was sitting there. The leaves were falling off the tree in New Jersey coming into the city. And as I was sitting there, looking out the window, it just hit me right in the face. There's going to be a foul ball that gets caught by a fan that is such a good catch that the announcers reference it.
And the fan is you.
I'm not going to say that far. I didn't see that in my premonition, Jose.
I just seen it right now.
You've been talking about where you got seats. You were really excited that you think a foul ball is going to come to you.
It sounds like you want to
Listen.
be mentioned by...
Let's just say if T Swizzle and Travis Kelce are in the crowd and they see me one hand catch a ball,
Whoa.
that might be one of those, like, I look up and reference
leaving
with my
early.
drink. You think so?
How'd you get here?
What has happened in this episode?
Is Kelsey a sneaky Cleveland guy? Did I dream that?
Ooh,
They're from
Hasn't he
Ohio,
thrown like a
right?
first pitch? Yeah, Cincinnati Bearcat. Yeah.
That's a lot of energy to beat
Okay,
out.
so fuck that.
Hope he dances like Mahomes.
Okay, wait. Question. If Taylor Swift...
Mahomes, they were at the last game.
If they're in
This
attendance,
is-
how many cuts do we get? What's the line on Taylor
Right.
Swift cuts?
2.5 is the line.
Okay. I'm hitting the over.
It's TBS. I mean, they're having trouble.
Listen,
yeah, I'm hitting the over.
They might miss him, but
Casas had,
He's out.
I know.
Brian Anderson.
Thank God.
Who did they have from the Royals?
George Brett.
George Brett. They had
That
him
was bad.
a lot.
You liked that.
Was he their only player that's ever done anything in their team's history? I'm not trying to be a dick.
Well, Lorenzo Kane.
Hosmer.
I mean, I'm not even trying to be a
George
dick.
Brett's their guy.
Yeah, I
Kelvin
mean,
Herrera.
David Cohn.
In
I guess-
recent years, everyone left.
I guess
Beltran,
like if Jeter was
Damon,
at every Yankee game,
Greinke.
would they have referenced him that much?
No.
I mean, that
Jeter
was
would say
crazy.
no.
That was
He
insane.
would say-
Jeter would say no.
Jeter would say no.
We're watching a baseball game.
Do you have a premonition, Jake?
Give me 1 second.
That's crazy. That's gift.
Soto hits the foul pole. Off of Cobb in the 3rd inning.
Wow.
Kind of spooky, huh?
A Naylor brother gets picked off.
Ooh.
Did I have it first?
Yeah, you did. You sent one over there, and then you came over here and took another.
Yeah.
You did have a
It's the
pre-premo.
Irish vote.
Joes, don't raise your voice at Jake like that.
that's crazy.
All right, John Boy, how we doing?
Okay.
Still leading the show?
Breaking it down.
Goodbye.
Break him down.
Aaron Boone says Marcus Stroman is available for length.
I know it.
But you never know. He may find himself in the biggest spot in the biggest moment of this series.
Yeah,
I
pump
knew
him
it.
up, Booty.
Let's go, Yanks!
See
Stand
ya.
up.
Let's
We
go,
stand up.
Yanks!
We stand up.
Yes, there we are.
Yeah, we stand up.